Hey fans, fighters, subscribers and YouTubers, and welcome to the most spectacular fighting show on YouTube, Fighters That Will Always Be Remembered. This show includes documentary stories of famous boxers, UFC fighters and K1 fighters that left an undeletable trail in their sport and should always remain known and famous for their achievements. Please follow episodes, send your propositions to my Facebook, and make sure that your fighter gets the next story. Hello and welcome. Welcome to one more episode of Fighters That Will Always Be Remembered. So, when I told it will be a surprise, there will come something really strange, something that we really rarely see in the world of MMA. I want to talk about Marcus Lelo Aurelio, the guy, for me at least, the first guy that has ever brought capoeira in the world of MMA. And capoeira, as a Brazilian martial art, is a combination of dancing and fighting, and Marcus Lelo Aurelio was the guy that definitively placed a completely new dimension in the world of MMA. Despite he never fought in the UFC, he fought in Bellator. He had 8 fights, 6 wins, 2 losses. Let's talk a little bit about him. Well, his story is that he was born in Recife, Brazil, height 5'9", 175 centimeters, weight 170 pounds, age 22 years old. He was born on 5th April 1986, born in Recife, Brazil, and he was a guy that eventually, at least I don't remember, the first guy that was using turn kicks, abnormal techniques, very strange guard, very strange effects that were confusing his opponents and not letting them fight. With him not letting them do anything against him, since he was so strange fighter with so strange techniques, with so strange spinning heel kicks and so on. He brought, let me start from the beginning, he brought a new way of celebration into the UFC that maybe later, or at least I think that George St. Pierre copied something from his celebration style. So while you're enjoying his celebration style, I can say that capoeira guys are having extremely good gymnastics and turnings, and they are extremely attractive. This is the reason why this guy paid my attention. Let me talk about his fight. This is the reason you probably want to hear most of all. First loss was versus Bastian Juvenier's North American Challenge, November 5th, 2005. Aurelius was only 19 years old, so this is probably the reason why he lost. He lost via submission, triangle choke. He was having a good game, but unfortunately when Juveniers took him down, I was pretty much, how to say, when I watched this fight, I was pretty much sad, because Aurelius was very attractive. I was yelling that Aurelius win him, that he defeat him, but no, unfortunately he was unable to. And later fought versus Kevin Leclerc, and this fight came up to my mind because it was pretty much even, but he had strange techniques. He had really much rotations around his attacks, and he was going on the back fist with head here. It was pretty much non-usual fighting style. This is the first time I've noticed Aurelius that he can be a really true legend of this sport. It was November 25th, 2005. And I was pretty much shocked a little bit when he knocked him out via punches. I think his wrestling was not bad. He has a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu knowledge, not perfect of course, but he is solid. Later he improved his wrestling. There was a 4 years of break. I don't know why, really don't know. I was unable to find anything on the internet. And fight versus Keegan Marshall. This was the fastest capoeira knockout ever in the world of MMA. And Keegan Marshall was holding like this his guard. He was opened here. Aurelio started to spinning. Keegan was blocking, and when he did a first kick, Keegan slipped like this. He was in the corner. Aurelius did one more kick, and this was a fabulous KO. For me, this is one of the best KOs seen in the world of MMA. Later came a victory over Kentran. This fight is also known since Aurelio was doing so many exhibitions. You remember, I don't know if you were watching, he did a wrestling transition like no normal guy. You go around him, he threw himself over with the hands, applied gymnastics to go on the top of him and to make a better position and to apply. Later he held him like this here, and it was an amazing submission victory for Aurelius. It was actually his only submission victory. Jose Cornejo, next fight. Jose Cornejo had the wrong tactics. Aurelio started to spin. Versus Aurelio, when he attacks with his legs, you must do like this. You must cover yourself. Because unless you don't do, Cornejo dropped this hand, and Aurelio started one, like a double kick in Taekwondo. One, he dropped hand, and it went like here. It was lights out for Jose Cornejo. Later fight versus Richard Jodoin. It was a TKO punch. Both fighters went in the clinch, and he probably thought that clinching with Aurelio is a good decision, which truly is. His wrestling was amazing. He picked him up and later did a strong left hook. It is a clinching hook, but in capoeira, you know, they do it really strange, but he hit him in the chin, and it was amazing KO. Victory over Matt Dwyer. Well, you say capoeira guys don't know to clinch. Well, this guy knew. He went around strongly, caught him, picked him up, and this slam was really strong. Matt Dwyer just did like this, and he, I think, 2 or 3 hammer fists. Referee stopped the fight. Last fight was on November 9, 2012 versus Christ Frank. It was a split decision victory. I mean, both fighters were good, but Christ Frank had advantage in this fight since he was having more takedowns. He was more active. I can say that first round was probably for Aurelius, but unfortunately Christ Frank was stopping his techniques. He was unable to break his guard. I even like the most combination when he goes a strange capoeira low kick, then combined with the middle spinning kick or head spinning kick, and this is a thing why Aurelius left an undeletable trail, at least for me. And what can I say is that I strongly hope that Aurelius will return, or Lelo as I call him. I strongly hope that he will return in the world of MMA, that he will be the most attractive fighter ever, and who knows, maybe one day he will be the champ of UFC. With his extremely attractive techniques, extremely attractive takedowns, I think he is the guy why crowd will always come to watch. But you never know. I just hope that he will sign one day for the UFC and that you will see him in the full schedule, in the full age, in the full era of the most attractive fighting. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe us on YouTube. Send us your propositions to make sure to see your favorite fighter in this show. Thanks, and see you all in the next episode.